Hey guys, welcome back. It's your favorite Gimp of the Lent, and I'm back with a little bit more Age of Dogfights for you. Before we get stuck in here, I want to point out a couple of goofs. I should have annotated it in the previous video, but just in case I did not, I did go over the rule book again because the shooting in this game, it's not overly complex, but the specific position that you can fire in can get a little confusing at times. And this one, I should not have been able to fire because you can't end your movement and directly in front of another plane unless you're ascending or descending, right? So this plane would not have been able to end his movement there. We're not going to worry about changing it because we learned from our mistakes. We're just going to play the game on as is. And the other one is this one. This plane cannot have taken a shot there. Now, had this fighter been pointed the other direction, like coming in this direction, then yes, he could have fired. You can fire with that dorsal machine gun, but the aircraft has to be flying in the same direction. All right, so you can't do it like this where they're going in opposite directions of each other. Just one of those little rules. So this worked out fine. The positioning's fine. The altitude's fine. It just, this fighter is pointing the wrong way. If he were 180 degrees in the other direction, he would be fine to take the shot as he did in the previous video. I should have annotated it if you guys haven't watched that one, but just in case I forget to put the note, I wanted to address those little spots because, like I said, it's a touch confusing. It's not overly complex, but if you're getting used to the game, it takes just a little bit to get used to where all the shots are going to go. But we're going to play on. Like I said, the best way to learn is by making a mistake or two. It helps kind of stick it in your memory, especially my memory, which ain't worth shit. So we're going to pick back up with our German aircraft. They have their scouts to go first. This one's definitely going to dip. And they got a scout there. And that's right, I destroyed a scout. He shot down and destroyed a scout. And I'm hoping, I can't remember where that scout was, but I'm hoping it was in a position I could shoot from. But yeah, I think he took out a scout. So yeah, the British are doing well so far. They're down 2 scouts, but they still got their 3 best fighters on the board. And the bomber's way over here and the target's way over there. So we'll have to see how this pans out. Let's take, and we're going to go ahead and roll for our scout plane here. He's just going to try to dip off board and hopefully get a high roll. He got 0, so he's only got 4. So still, again, speed 4, agility 2. Now, this is where I think they're saying, hey, don't stop your planes in front of each other like that because it really limits his option. He has to start with a turn to bug out, but he was going to do that anyway, so no big deal. And we pop that off. So 1 turn, 2, that's first movement. We'll turn again. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. He'll bug this way, and I'll put that back on him so we can remember that his machine gun is busted all up, even though it shouldn't be because I shouldn't have been able to take that shot. But it's all right. No big deal. It's just a game, and we're learning as we go. And just so I remember that I have moved him, and they've got Uno Scout over there. No, we did shoot down the other Scout. That's right, yeah. So they got Scout here, and let's see, where would he want to go? So there's a fighter, that's what that one is there. It's one of the British fighters coming up, and he's at level 3, so he can potentially get in on his 6. So he wants to go in a good position, but there's just not seeming to be a good place for him to go. Let's see if he goes 1 and 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's not going to be able to get anywhere near that fighter. Nowhere near that fighter. So maybe he flies towards the bomber. Maybe they focus fire the bomber down, try to stop him since they're losing some of their aircraft in the sky. Let's roll, see what he's going to get for movement. He got a +1, so we got 5 movement. And if he goes all in a straight line, he does get +1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he could get way over there. Way over there. we're going to have him do that. Just have him stick in a straight line to get far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and we'll end with a turn, pointing him that way so he can dip towards that that bomber as he's coming in, because we know where the bomber's going. The bomber wants to turn and head immediately towards that bombing field, but this way that scout might be able to slide in on his 6 or something. Too bad they can't ram them. And if you guys have ever played War Thunder, you know that's a classic technique. Ram the bombers out of the sky. Gotta love it. All right, so that's their 2 remaining scouts. Now we're down to their fighters. They've got a fighter here, they've got a fighter here, and they got a fighter there in the back. These 2 fighters are both at level 2. Let's see. If I move this fighter first, this one might be able to slot in and take a head-to-head, but he'd have to move at exactly the right speed, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so their speed is 6. If he rolled 0, he could get in the right position for a head-to-head on this guy, which would be funny. So we're going to see if we can do that. So we're going to take this one and see where he's going to go. And he might be able to slot in on this fella right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, he's got to burn some movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, some little squirreliness over here. He might be able to get slotted in on his 6 and go after this guy. So yeah, we're going to do that. This fighter going after this scout, and he doesn't want to move too fast, so he's going to stick with blue die. 0. Okay, perfect. I think. We'll see. See if he turns this way. 1, 2. Turn again. 3. No, he's only got 3 turns, so how can I get him there? How can I get him there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's not. All right, wait. All right, give me a sec. I'm gonna count this out because I know I want to get this fighter slotted in on him. Yeah, okay, counted it out. If we go up around this way, he can end dead on his tail, which is cool. I was trying to get him to where he wasn't going to be dead on his tail, fire at him from the side, but he would still be open to a defensive fire shot anyway, but we're going to take the chances. But this is the absolute perfect spot to fire from, so we're going to go with it. He's firing from the rear, which means he gets column A and a +1 bonus for having dual machine guns. All right. $2d6 roll for him. Let's see if he can slot in and take out this scout. Is he going to get... No, he does not. Oh, it's so horrible. He only got a 3, which comes up to a 4, which is missed. Whiff. Sorry, boy, you whiffed. The Baron, you are not. And let's mark his ammo meter down. All right, so that's his shot. Damn, that really sucks. I really wanted that kill. That really would have put him in a good spot, because then he could have done an engine boost, done like a wing over turn, and come back up after that bomber as well. Have a bunch going after him. All right, so we've got 2 fighters left. And I think it's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, where was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn, I could have swore 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's going to be 1 too short. But wait, head to head, you do have to be at a range of 2. That's right. Never mind, because you can't end directly in front of him. So yeah, perfect. Okay. Yeah, he can do head to head on him if he rolls 6 exactly, which means he needs a 0. Otherwise, he's got to try to do squirrely turns. And I think that is his best option to get some combat going. He could potentially have done an acrobatic maneuver with a wing over to come in on this one, had that 8 not been there, but the 8's there, so it'd be too hard for him to get there. So going after that fighter would be his better bet. So let's see if we can get there. Come on, give him a 0. Give him a 0 so I don't have to play squirrely games. 0, perfect. Okay, gets him in the exact right position. So he's going to end his movement right there. He is 2 spaces in front, and I did check this one in the rule book just to make sure it could be done. I'll show you guys here. Where does it show head to head? Yeah, right here. Right there, you see it. Fixed frontal machine gun, head to head, has to be 2 distance. It is a column B shot, though. So that is all right. But if he fails, that means break action. He gets to shoot back. So he does not want to fail this shot. He's getting a +1 on the B column, which means he needs an 8 or better to do something. All right, come on. Get him. He got him. That's a 10. That's damaged. Oh, no. One more would have been a destroyed. But all he got was damaged. So now he is absolutely hoping for a red on this, because otherwise it's going to be a return shot coming in on him. Is he going to get shot at? No, he's not. He effectively took him out. Whoa. What a comeback, baby. What a comeback. Oh, they nailed that fighter. Because, I mean, a fighter with no guns is not a fighter. It's just a target. It's just, was it something in a can? Something about fish in a barrel. There you go. Took me a sec. I was kind of excited. He got that machine gun. And the machine gun is only one side of this guy, right? Only one side. So they got lucky on that one. 1 in 6 chance. Let me fold these over. All right. And I just realized again what I'm doing of doing my shooting as I go. And I don't know why, but for some reason with this game, it just feels like that's the way it should be played. I don't know. Maybe it's just a me thing. I shouldn't be doing that. I need to be playing it the correct way. So I'm going to try to hold myself to it. But for some reason, just in my mind, it's sticking that you move and shoot, move and shoot, move and shoot. Not move everything and then shoot, even though I know that's the way it's supposed to be played. So I do apologize for that. I don't know why. It's just sticking in me with that to do it that way. I'm just so excited. Like when I get someone slotted in, especially like right here on the 6, I want to roll the damn dice. I don't want to wait. I want to roll the dice now. Okay, so we have one fella way back there. It's number 7. Number 7 has already used 1 engine boost, and he is going to use a second so he can get stuck in because he is way out there. So see if he can get some movement going on. No. What a waste. What a waste. He's got 6 movement, 3 turn. What a waste, man. Okay, so this bomber is going to come up this line. All right, so we know it's this line right here. He's not going to be able to get too close, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 if he goes in a straight line. So yeah, we're just going to bring him forward 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I need to grab him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do we want to change altitude? No, he's at 3. Bomber's at 3. And speaking of which, this scout needed to tilt it down because he's going to be dropping in on that bomber as well. So he's at the altitude he's going to be dropping in. The bomber's only got an altitude, max altitude of 3, so he can't climb up very high anyway. So they're definitely in position to go after him, which kind of leaves my guy at a bad position back here because he just climbed up to 4, and now he's not going to have anyone to shoot, and he's going to have less movement, and he's going to have to either drop all the way back down to 2, which will be okay because he doesn't have slow descending. They have slow descending. Their fighters do, which means they can only drop 2 levels instead of up to 3. But he's going to have to drop a lot. If he's at 4, he could drop down, 3 or 2. He could get where he needs to be. But I do believe that's the end of their turn. Obviously, no shooting left to be done because they're finished. They've shot all their guns as I was going along, since I shouldn't have been doing that, but I did anyway. So, well. All right, back to me. I've got my scouts need to go and my fighters. This is bad for the bomber because the bomber wants to snake right up here, but there's planes on each side ready to just dive right in on him as he goes up. Now, he does have a lot of machine guns ready to fire, front and rear. He's got dual machine guns, front, dual machine guns, rear, and a ventral machine gun, allowing him to fire below himself, although that's not going to help him too much. These guys are coming in at level, but the dorsal machine gun will help. Only has 3 shots on it, though. 3 shots defensively. Defensively, doesn't matter if he gets slotted right in on someone's 6. He cannot fire. He only has weapons to fire defensively. All right, so let's see. Where are we going to go? Where are we going to go here? Well, I'll start with the bomber because I know right where the hell he's going. Get him out of the way. Let's roll our blue die. And I'll tell you what. The blue die, I was kind of curious about at first because I get the green die. Green die is for engine boosting, right? Get that extra speed. But what about the blue die? And I like the blue die because it kind of shows the time period, the fact that the engines weren't overly reliable, that you didn't know always how fast you were going to go when you hit that throttle. So it gives that little bit of variability to each round. You don't know exactly how fast you're going to go. You can go anywhere between 1 less or 2 more than your slotted speed. So like for our scouts here, they can have a speed anywhere between 3 and 6 in each given round, just rolling the blue die. I like that variability, really do like it. All right, so let's roll for our bomber, see where he's gonna go. +1, and see, that's that little thing. You get those little rare bonuses like the +2, +1, and you're like, all right, I get that little bit of speed right when I need it. So we're gonna have him start with a turn. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 because his native movement is 4. It feels like his native movement should be 3, but it is a 4. So he does get to go 5 for getting that +1, and definitely no defensive fire or anything to do for him just yet. So we'll mark him, but he's in a world of hurt. I don't know where this guy's going to go. He's going to be down to 3, but he's not acrobatic, so maybe he can scoot past and turn around to come up on him on the following turn. So it's going to be a couple turns before this scout's in a position. And now that this guy's moved, I'm thinking I should have turned, maybe come up a little bit farther with the fighter. I don't know. We'll have to see. All right, so we have this scout left. And this scout could have done a break action with a defensive fire. And I missed it. But that is all right. I'm not going to go back and give it to him because I missed the chance for it. So I got a bonus here for me and a detriment here when I forgot to do that. So it's on me to remember those little things. Where are we going to go here? Well, I got a fighter. I know I want to send him over there. Lost a fighter, got a fighter. If I send them there to guard the bomber, that leaves my 2 scouts to go after these 2 fighters, which really isn't good. And this scout is in a world of trouble right now because that fighter is slotted right in and can mess him up. So he definitely wants to bug out. Maybe fling him around, climb later. And I got to make sure, and this is one of those things that's easy to forget because I know I forgot it some in the previous turn. When you're climbing and descending with your planes, make sure you remember to give them that extra movement or take away the movement depending if they're going up or down. 1 per level. So, however many levels you go up, however many levels you go down, you get that 1 extra point of movement or lose that point of movement just depending. All right. Let's see. I'm going to move him first because I want to just get him out of the way. Let's take a roll for him. Where's he going? He's going 4. If I turn him around this way, I might be able to come back around on him. So let's do that. First turn, 1, 2, turn again, 3 and 4. And that's all the turn he's got left. And I'm going to leave him there at 2 because he wants to come around on him later. Let's roll for this scout just to see. And again, my little bead's just a mnemonic thing for me to remember I've moved that aircraft because my memory's correct. All right, come on. Roll for it, boy. What you got? +1. He's going 5. Where can he get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he's not going to be able to get stuck in. He's at level... What is he at level 4? If he's at level 4, he's not doing any good. I'm going to have to descend at the end of this round. Maybe bring him up forward and get stuck in up here. So yeah, and get some extra movement so I can end up going 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for going straight. And the +1 on the die, and we're going to tilt down. If I can get it with one hand, there we go. Remember, he is going down. Perfect. All right. And I'm thinking this way, next turn, I can drop him down to level 2 or 3, just depending on what happens here, where he needs to go, but at least he's heading in the right direction. And he's at level 2. He's good. I got 2 fighters left. Well, 3 technically, but he's just going to bolt. All right, so, and this fighter's at level 4. Yeah, there's nothing going on at level 4. It's all changed. I mean, I could whip over here just to try to get this one, but I kind of want to protect my bomber. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And maybe drop at the end of this turn. So let's stick with blue, and I'll bring him around over here, see what he's going to get. +1, so he's got 8 movement. Man, he's got good movement. Okay, hold on. Because he's still at level 4. I might be able to get right there, just depending on where I go. Because I got 8 movement in 3 turns. Let's see here. 1. Pointing right in on his 6. Perfect. And he can take the shot because he is still at level 4. He started his descending for the next round, but he has not descended yet. So I'm going to leave him right there to take his shot. And just to give you guys a mental picture of what I'm doing, let me show you here in the rule book. What is he doing? He's doing this, all right? V5C right there. So he's firing at him like that. That's the position that he's firing at him in. So perfect. And it means he can't take a defensive break action shot in return because his guns are not pointed in the right direction. They're pointed up here, not horizontal. So perfect. All right. I get 2 die +1 on the A column. Let's see if we can take this scout out. No. Hopefully it's damaged. That gets me a 6. 6 is damaged. 6 is damaged. Perfect. I'll take it. Better than nothing. All right. That's that little +1. That double machine gun can make a difference. All right. He got yellow damage. Oh, that's going to mess him up. Hit his rudder. So he has 1 less on his turns. That's what the yellow means. It looks like blue is wings, so I think that's 1 less movement. And green is engine, which is 2 less movement. So he loses a turn, and you can tell because that's the I instead of the number 1. So that's movement, and that's turn. Oh, that's horrible for him because his turn's already just a 1 or just 2. So now he's dropping down to 1 turn each round. He's going to be effectively useless. All right, so we got in there. We got him damaged. I'm good with damage turn because 1 turn for this guy is going to make him very, very sluggish, hard to move. So, hell, even the bomber can outturn him at this point. That scout is not long for this world. And I got to mark the shot. That's 11. Mark it down. Another thing I think that can be easy to forget, just depending. And let's mark that I did him so I don't forget. I've got this fighter and this fighter left. So this fighter is just going to bug. His weapons are damaged. We are going to use his fast movement. Boom. Knock it down by 1. He's just going to try to get the hell out of dodge. No good he can do. +3, finally. Rolling a green actually went in a good direction. So +3 on top of his 7 movement gives him 10, which means if I go straight in a line, that's 11. So let's just do that. 1. Oh, wait. I can't do that. He's right in front of him. Son of a crap. I have to turn around him. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 10. Yeah, 10. Can't go to 11 because I had to turn. But oh well, he's bugging out. That's fine. He's going to bug out. He's going to bug out. Both be damaged aircraft. So we're good with that. And I've got 1 fighter left to try to do something with. And he's coming up. But I might be able to try to do some acrobatic maneuver to put him in a better position than what he's in now. Let me look. And none of the acrobatic maneuvers would help me. He could do an Emmelman or an inside loop or a wing over from this nose up position. But it would actually help me to do something else. I would rather be pointed down right now. So that's the problem. The battlefield has changed so much since his last turn ended. That he ended pointed up because he was planning on taking out stuff at level 4, but there's nothing at level 4 to shoot. It's all at lower levels now. So he's pretty much chasing. Yeah. That will reduce his movement speed by 1. We're just going to bring him up and then try to get him over here somewhere where maybe he can slot in behind someone on a following turn. So let's roll our blue die. +1, so negates that. He's going to have 7 movement, +1, -1 from the raising in altitude. And I'm going to have to grab a 4. Give me a sec. All right, so he's got 7 movement. And try to finish him off. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to come right there. We're on his 6. We're at level 4 still. He has not dropped down. But both of these aircraft are like converged on him. So, and I did it again. I shot this turn. I might just play the game this way because I can't keep it in my mind that you do your movement phase and then your shooting phase. For me, I don't know why. I get them in the position. I just want to shoot. I just want to roll those damn dice. You guys are gonna have to forgive me on it. So let's take our shot. See if we can finish this guy off before he tries to do anything else. The same thing as before. +1 firing onto him from the B column, I believe it is. So it's not quite as good. And before I forget, 10. We'll drop that down. All right, now let's roll. Come on, big money. 7 pops it up to 8. 8 is missed. Nothing. Just 1 number higher would have been 2nd damage and would have killed him. Because once you have a damage marker, if you are damaged again, you're done. So you can't take more than 1 damage. Like, you're not going to ever have an aircraft with damaged wings, damaged engine, damaged rudder. Once you take 1 damage, another one just finishes the plane off, which makes it nice and simple and easy to keep track of. All right, I do believe that finishes out my turn, though, because I've got all 6 of my little beads on the board, so that's good to go. And so we are finishing out this round with things kind of evening out. They've lost effectively 2 scouts, but they've taken out one of my fighters, which is not good because the fighters are the best. They're the most maneuverable. They're the fastest. They have the biggest guns, or the most guns, rather. And they are closing in on the bomber, but 2 of my fighters are now right here on top of the bomber to guard him. And they took out the scout that was coming in. So there's 1 fighter left to come after him. And it's going to be a round. So the bomber's going to have to survive on his own for at least a round because both of these fighters are at horizontal, so they're not descending. So they're going to have to descend on their following turn to come in and help the bomber, unless they do like a split S. Yeah, if they do a split S, yeah, they could do a split S, similar to an MM1, but with aircraft losing altitude. They would have to turn around, but they could do that and drop down a couple of levels. Yeah, I could drop them down at level. So perfect. They are acrobatic aircraft. They can do that. So potentially might be turning around that way, but problem with that is they'll drop, but they're not going to make much of a turn, right? So they're like looping under to face the other direction. We'll have to see how that ends up panning out. If I do that, that would be good for number 10 here, because he would be pointed in the direction that the bomber's going in, and he could drop down to the right altitude. Obviously, this scout, I don't know, I'm probably not going to bug out with him. Yeah, he's not going to have a lot of turns, but keeping the scout in the game gives them something else to shoot at besides this fighter. So this fighter could focus on the bomber. Yeah, probably leave him in there, just see what happens. All right, but you guys stay tuned. As always, feel free to put your comments down below, and I am looking forward to showing you guys a little bit more of this game later on. Y'all take care. I'll see you in the next one.